Hello, ladies. How are you? So yeah, I don't normally pop on my page to do Facebook Lives, but I do often do them in my group. I don't know why. It never really occurred to me to do it on my page before, so I just thought I'd pop on and do them for you today. So hello. If you're on and watching, feel free to message in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, I'd love to hear from you. It doesn't tell me who's watching, unfortunately, so I can never know if I'm just talking to myself or if I'm talking to a bunch of you wonderful ladies. So let me know in the comments if you are watching. I'd love to hear from you. But today I just wanted to pop on because I wanted to be really open and really honest with you. Talk a little bit more about my journey and why I do what I do and that sort of thing. So yeah. So a little bit more about my journey. I was feeling very lost during this fertility journey, as I call it. I'm very unsure of what to do, super frustrated because, I have all these beliefs and this way that I like to live my life, and I didn't want to go against that. And a lot of what is out there, a lot of kind of first response things in this fertility journey went against that, and all my beliefs and the information that I had about this. So, I really wanted to do the best that I could for myself, but also for, my future child or future children, as well as I really wanted to get pregnant right away. So there was a lot of conflict happening here. And I'm sure if you've been through this journey or are going through it, you might feel similar. Because there's a lot that happens. This is a very emotional journey. It's a huge roller coaster of things. The drugs that are often prescribed, the medications, the protocols, some of the ones I could have taken or did take. It was very nerve-wracking for me because I didn't know a lot about them. I still don't know as much as I'd like to know. Long-term effects, we don't know. Are they good? Are they bad? I don't know. I think there's a time and a place for all of these things. But they made me nervous. They made me a little bit uncomfortable. So, I had a lot to learn. I had a lot to learn even just about how my body worked. The importance of my hormones, the importance of balancing those hormones, the fact that PMS is not a symptom of being a woman. Contrary to popular belief, it's not necessarily a normal part of every month. It doesn't have to be that way. It really means that there's some imbalances going on here and that some changes need to happen. And that was very eye-opening to me during this journey. As much as I kind of knew that, I learned a lot more. But I really wanted to feel confident in the choices that I was making, and I wanted to have someone that would really support my physical and mental best interests, as well as thinking about the future, not just about right now and in this moment, and that, kind of short-term goal, right? So, I really knew that if I didn't do everything that I could through this preconception, through pregnancy, and even after pregnancy, if I didn't do everything that I could for my child, then if there was ever something wrong with them, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. And that weighed really heavy on me. I would put the blame on me. I know I would. Whether that's true or not, I didn't want that guilt. So I tried to do everything that I could, in my power to learn and to educate and to, do what felt right. And that was really, really important. But in this journey, I really lost myself. I became consumed by it, which I know that if you're watching this and if you've been through this journey, that I'm sure that at some point, if not right now, you feel the same way. You end up living in this little bubble between running to appointments and trying to keep your emotions intact. And, if you haven't talked to people about it, just keeping that straight face during it all, it's very, very difficult. It's very easy to become consumed with it. So, this time around, I know that really isn't the best approach. No matter how badly I wanted that end goal, I've learned that putting me first in any situation in life really is really the most important. The saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So this was a huge learning curve for me. During this fertility journey, you're consumed by it. Then, if you are so fortunate to become pregnant, then there's that stage. And we kind of live through this journey in a, short-term cycle. So, okay, if I can just get pregnant, things will be better. Then you get pregnant and you go through pregnancy and all these ups and downs. Your hormones are shifting, and some people have great smooth pregnancies and some people have really rough, difficult pregnancies. But you think, okay, if I can just get through this pregnancy, things will get better. And then comes the whole postpartum end of things, right? So it doesn't necessarily get better if your mindset is not in the right place, if you haven't put things in place to allow things to be better. If you keep living on these short-term goals, you're going to have a difficult time. It's every stage of this is a huge adjustment, and it's so important that we think long-term and that we put things in place for stress management, and that we learn to take time for ourselves, and that we learn to be selfish, as a lot of people say, and it's not being selfish. You have to put yourself first before you can take care of other people, and you have to be okay with doing things that make you happy, So yeah, that's, a large part of what I do and why I do it. I think this is so super important. And I wanted a community and a network during this journey, and I had trouble finding that. I wanted someone to sympathize with me and to understand how isolating and how lonely this journey could be. And I wanted the freedom and the ability to talk openly with others about it, Sometimes talking to strangers about this is a lot easier than talking to your close friends and family. Because, sometimes they know you better and can, see when you're just trying to hold it together and you're just more comfortable with them. So you're more likely to fall apart. And maybe that's not what you want. So sometimes it's easier to talk to strangers about it, right? So, I've built this community online. If you're not part of my group already, you need to come over and join my group, Fertile Beginnings, because I wanted this space for people. I wanted a space that I didn't have when I was going through this, where, we can talk about anything, how your day is going, how your week's going, and all that jazz. So, yeah, that's what my group is a little bit about. We do a lot in that. I have guest speakers every week, and we talk about all sorts of different topics, anywhere from, obviously I talk a lot about nutrition. We talk about, this week our guest speaker is talking about sleep. We've talked about exercise. We've talked about grief. I have a sex therapist coming on next week, so I know that's a huge part of this journey. So, we talk about all sorts of different stuff. There's really nothing off limits. If you have questions, I want you to feel safe and secure, and the ability to open up and not feel so lonely on this journey, because it is lonely and it is isolating. So, I've created that for you. So come on over and join us. A lot of what I do is, I want you to feel confident. I want you to feel hopeful, and I want you to feel supported in this journey and in yourself. I want you to feel really confident, because this, no matter how confident of a person you were before, this journey can really give your confidence a huge beating. It can make you start second guessing everything you do. It can make you feel guilty. It can make you feel like a complete failure, that your body's failing you. This is something that as a woman we're supposed to be able to do. Totally natural, right? There's these 16 girls getting knocked up and I'm doing everything right, but it's not working. You feel like a complete failure some days. So, I want to give you back that confidence. I want to let you feel like you're doing everything that you can do. And no matter what that end journey ends up looking like, you can feel okay with your decisions and the process that got you to wherever that happens to be. I heard a quote recently that said, I think this is Prince that made this quote, and he had all of his biggest songs come out, and people said, why aren't you doing more? Why aren't you doing more like that? And he said, this is a direct quote, "I got to the top of the mountain and there was nothing." Think about that for a minute. I got to the top of the mountain and there was nothing. Here's the thing. It's about the journey. It's about that journey. And this journey, like I said, doesn't stop when you get pregnant. It doesn't stop when you decide enough is enough and we're going to accept this and move on. It doesn't stop when you decide to go through with adoption. It doesn't stop. This journey keeps going. So I think really learning to manage that journey and figure out, the best ways to get through day to day. Build your confidence up. Feel good about what you're doing. Every day is not going to be perfect, no way. But if we can make the majority of them good, better, if we can surround you with really supportive, wonderful, other positive-minded ladies, then I just think that this is going to be so much better and so much easier for you. So, I'm here to answer any of your questions. If you want to learn more about nutrition and fertility, I'm actually going to be on the Notable Woman Live tonight at 8 p.m. I was supposed to be on last week, but then we've had a whole bunch of technical issues. So it should be tonight at 8 a.m., the Notable Woman Live. Come on over and join us. We're going to talk about fertility and nutrition and the huge importance that they have, the huge connection that they have. There's been lots of studies done to show that there is a connection here. And a lot of times we think, what else can we do? We think about stress management. We have to look at the things that we can control, and our diet and lifestyle are things that we can control. These are things in our control that we can make a difference and we can change things. So, this is a really, really important topic. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I have very recently, just this week, opened up a few new one-on-one spots with me. I wasn't doing this for a long time, and I decided to jump back into it because I really like working, with you and with other women. So I wanted to do more of that. So if you're wanting to get help with this, if you're not sure where to go, where the next steps are, but you do want these things that we've just talked about, and you do want to feel confident, and you do want to start making these changes. Maybe your doctor said that you need to start losing weight, or that your hormones are imbalanced, or you have endometriosis or PCOS, or even unknown fertility. There's lots of things that we can do to help move you in the right direction. So, if you want help with that, reach out to me, let me know. I would love to start helping you improve your health, improve your well-being, improve your fertility, bring back that hope and confidence and positivity to this journey for you. So send me a message, I can connect you, and we can talk more details. All right, so let me know if you have questions. I'd love to talk with you further, but otherwise, have a great day and see you later. Bye.